Hello there and welcome back to another installment of SCP Readings with your reader here, G Modon. Today we're looking at SCP-031. There's a link down in the description for you to follow along as I read out loud. SCP-031 is an amorphous organism with a mass of 75 kilograms. SCP-031 is able to move at a pace of 3 kilometers per hour and leaves a trail of oil when it moves. Testing of recovered tissue samples has shown that SCP-031 is at least partially composed of human muscle and epidermal tissue. SCP-031 is capable of reproducing human speech in any pitch or tone, although it is not currently known how SCP-031 produces sound. Subjects viewing SCP-031 directly will see it as a person the subject knew and had a romantic attraction to at some point in their past. When made aware that it is being observed, SCP-031 will claim to be this person and that they have been left destitute by some event in their past. SCP-031 will attempt to persuade the subject to allow it to stay with them for an extended period of time, until it is able to return to a stable situation. This effect applies to all persons who view SCP-031, and research has not determined an upper limit to the number of persons affected by SCP-031. If it moves into the residence, SCP-031 will attempt to start a romantic relationship with the subject. Note that SCP-031 will not come into contact with the subject during this time, only using its vocalizations. If the subject accepts, SCP-031 will begin to take up residence in their home. When SCP-031 begins affecting additional subjects, it will attempt to dissuade them from romantic intentions. However, several cases have been documented where SCP-031 began to actively affect more than one subject at a time, with the largest observed test sample being 8 simultaneous relationships. Inevitably, SCP-031 will begin to affect subjects in such a way that when multiple people observe it, they will have contradictory views about its appearance, personality, and gender. SCP-031 was recovered during a violent incident taking place in a hotel that was a Foundation front. Multiple subjects reported wildly contradictory views about SCP-031's appearance, and initial recovery teams were also affected. However, wide distribution of amnesiacs and inhaled tranquilizers pacified all affected subjects, and MTF blank was able to contain SCP-031. As of November 16, 1958, SCP-031 has been classified as safe. Addendum. Research has determined that asexual subjects are not affected by SCP-031. However, all of these subjects will report SCP-031 as being a small, plump humanoid figure obscured by dark smoke in the shape of SCP-031's body. Testing has been scheduled to determine why these subjects are affected in this way. There is one thing about this SCP that I find a little contradictory in itself, in that it seems to me that the writer of this didn't quite know what they were on about whenever they mentioned in the addendum that asexual subjects, they're not affected. Because earlier in the report it says whenever they see this SCP, they see it as a person they knew and had a romantic attraction to. Romantic attraction does not equal sexual attraction. Asexuals can be romantic. They can have romantic attraction. And I think that kind of paints asexuals in a light that is a bit ignorant, and that really kind of throws off this whole SCP for me. But that's just my tiny little nitpick. Other than that, this SCP is just, it's kind of gross. Judging by the picture alone, it's ew. There's really not much anything else to say on this SCP. It's considered safe and they've got it in containment. So it's not dangerous or anything, and really it doesn't seem like it has anything to gain by pretending to be these romantic interests of these people. And that really begs the question, why? Why would it do that? Why would it want to convince these people that it was a past romantic attraction? But I suppose it's good to have an SCP that leaves you with a few questions every now and then. So that has been SCP-031. Thank you for joining me on this reading. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.